This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm very privileged to be linked up with the man who everyone says to me, one of the nicest men in boxing. It's the first time we've spoken. He's fresh off the biggest win of his career, Jazza Dickens. Jazza, how are you, brother?
I'm good, Charlie. Thanks for having me on. I've been watching your content with everyone. You're the man on the scene at the minute, aren't you? And you don't all back on that on the banter, the shit chair banter.
That's it, the pink stony banter. Mate, look, obviously Saturday night, even one that will be in your mind for the rest of your life. Let's just instantly go into it. The emotions, everything leading up to it. And then, when your hand gets raised at the end, what's going through your head? I've seen all over social media. I saw Molly McCann in your dressing room. She said how much it meant for you. Everyone knows how much this means for you. Firsthand, what are you feeling like right now?
Yeah, well, it's one thing doing it alone and then, child, but then there's one thing, like, when you get the messages off everyone, you realise the messages of inspiration, what people send you, and they're really happy for you, and now you've uplifted everyone else as well. You're not just alone, you're doing it for everyone, really, and then messages and the feelings other people get from it, and the feelings that you get from other people getting the good feelings from it, they worth more than any belt, so yeah, it's amazing to be able to share it with such with a lot of love from a lot of people.
Obviously, to build up everything, you had it in your hometown of Liverpool. Did that add to the occasion for you? Obviously, it would have made it even more special, but in the lead up, a lot was being said at the minute as like 2 hours before the fight is when the fight can be won. How you're feeling in the dressing room? You know that you've got this big opportunity in your hometown. What's the mentality like when you're in that dressing room, getting ready for the call, saying, look, a couple of minutes till the ring walk?
Yeah, when he comes in and says 2 minutes, it's like, yes, you know what I mean? You live for that, John. So now, what is the now? I'll just have to wait until the next fight now till I get that feeling again. But when you're in your bedroom late at night and you're just thinking about fighting and stuff like that, that 2 minute call, it's amazing, you know what I mean? And you're waiting for the ring walk. And before we went out, me, Peter, my dad, and Mark, Cutsman Mark, we were just talking about like this. It was surreal, really. It was like we were just talking like normal when we were very calm, relaxed. We were saying this is the height of boxing right now. When you're waiting to go out, you're waiting for your ring walk, the music to come on. This is it. This is what it's all about. These are the moments that you miss, and we soaked it up big time. You know what I mean? We got to we were just very relaxed, and in the ring walk, I said, no, I'm not going, I'm going to stay and wait and just like watch the crowd. And the crowd was amazing. Everyone was like cheering and stuff like that. I was feeling the energy off the crowd. It was a surreal night, really. It was special.
How nice is it for you? Because obviously the last couple of years there's been your ups and downs, and then obviously your camp fight with Kid Galahad, and then there's the uncertainty with everything that's happened since then. Obviously we've got COVID that happened, and it's been such a weird time these past couple of years for boxers. But to now have this done, where I know that there would have been times at the back end of 2021 or the start of this year where you would have thought, you always have those sort of negative mentality lingers in the back of your head. Now you've done it. How proud of yourself are you?
Yeah, well, it was like it was something I have to do for myself. The child in me, and the promises that I made to myself that I was going to put a world title on such certain people who were in my life at that time, and now being able to do that, it's nice, because although that you work and you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're capable of and what you can do, you also need a lot of luck in boxing on me, because not everyone gets the chance, and sometimes like belts are tied up and stuff like that. But luckily for me, that luck did come, and it met me hard work and my opportunity, and I took the chance. You know what I mean? So I've got to thank everyone who played the part, all the team from Pro Bellum, all me coach Peter, all my team, my family, my friends who sacrificed with me. So yeah, me luck met me opportunity, but that word being luck, I did get a lot of it, and we're very, very grateful, to get it.
Look, you've got that IBO belt now, a man that you've got a win over in the past. So was a WBA regular, Leigh Wood. Obviously, he was meant to be fighting Mauricio Lara, who now fights on a Mexico hometown show this weekend. That fight wasn't to be. There's a bit of up in the air about Leigh Wood at the minute. What's his next move going to be? Looks like it may be Santa Cruz. We don't know. Will that Lara fight get rescheduled? I imagine, look, you're saying, look, I've just won the belt. I'm the dog now. Get me in the mix.
Yeah, well, he better fucking do something, or he better fuck off, because he's not doing nothing, is he, at the minute? you know what I mean? Apparently he's got a sore finger from an operation or something like that. So is he going to fight? Is he even going to fight anymore? Or is he going to keep spoofing? Because he's saying he's going to do this and do that, but he's not doing that. He's there laughing. You know,
I'm quite happy the interview doesn't show my reaction because I love Leigh, but when I get a reaction like that, I know it's going to be gold.
Yeah, but yeah, you can caption that one. Tell him I call him knobhead as well. I won't. I'd be honest, changing to Conor McGregor.
Man's turned reckless.
I'm gone now. That's it. I'm gone.
Obviously, like I sort of said, there's been a bit of, I don't know, obviously, you know, an injury. The Lara fight didn't happen. Nottingham was seconds away from being sold out, which was his homecoming. Look, you have got the IBO now. It's a fight that can be made. I can't imagine it would be a difficult one to get done. Teams speak, they get this thing on. You fought back in the past. Do you believe that Leigh perhaps doesn't want to fight you?
Well, not many people know. Like 12 weeks ago, I went to Ireland to train for the Leigh Wood fight. So I got asked, "Do you want to fight Leigh Wood?" So I went to train for. I went to train for it, and didn't hear nothing back. I was training for 3 weeks, and I didn't hear nothing back. You know what I mean? So the last day it was with their team, and they were going to make a call whether they wanted to fight me. You know, so the promoters asked for it, but it seems that he didn't. So there you have it. That's it. I've never turned a fight down in my life. Anyone you ever seen me fight, that's because they've asked me, "Do you want to fight him?" And I've said yeah, and then we've ended up fighting. You know what I mean? Look, no asking around, no spoofing or asking for too much, placing myself out and stuff like that. So anyone I've ever fought is because I've been asked, "Do you want to fight this man?" I've said yeah. So I think that Leigh's having a little bit of an how old is he? He's about 34.
34.
I think that he's I think he's won his title. Good on him. He's won his title. I think he's trying to maximise what he can get out of it now. I don't think it's worth the risk for him. I think he wants, if he's going to take a risk now, I think it's going to be for life-changing money, because I understand he's a family man. He's got a family, he needs to do what he's got to do for his family. He's worked many years and he probably hasn't made much money out of boxing, but he's got to do what he's got to do. But then you can say also, like, this is boxing. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be blagging people and selling arenas out and then pulling out and then expecting people to come back next time. I mean, you've got to fight your way to the top of this game, and I'll never be content being a champion. Yeah, I have won a title, but the champion is the word, isn't it? That every fighter wants to be or should want to be. So yeah, does he want to be the champion because he can fight me and unify if he wants to, and the fans will be happy with that. I'll be happy with that. So yeah.
One more on that front. How does a rematch between the two of you play out in your eyes?
I'm very, very confident in it. You know, I've got nothing to lose. Come to boxing with football, and you know, whatever I go with is a bonus. You know what I mean? I reached the checkpoint there the other night, and it's nice to. It took a lot of pressure off, really, because I know what I'm capable of, and I know that, you know, sacrifices, they do pay off. You know what I mean? It's been a long, hard slog. Like, it hasn't been easy, but yeah, I'm happy that they paid off and got a good team around me. So I'm very, very confident. You know, as long as there's no trickery going on and all that, we get your last minute and the usual tricks and all that. No, 50-50. He gets what's fair. I get what's fair. Then yeah, I'm the best fighter, I believe. I know.
Let's look at the rest of the division as a whole. You've picked up a belt now, and you're going to want to keep your eyes on everyone and anyone, and you'll want the challenges that come in your way, and you'll want the best fights that come in your way. But also, importantly, look, you've got family, you've got friends that you're going to want to take care of. You've got to go where the money is, and that's what boxing is. It's a sport where we're also in it to make money. When you look at the rankings and you bring up BoxRec like we all do, are there any names that sort of you believe styles would gel to become a really, really good fight, and a name that you know, away from sort of maybe the domestic clashes as such, or maybe a domestic name I haven't touched on, someone that you would love to get in the ring with?
Yeah, well, it's not so much the person, it's the belt, you know what I mean? And that's what it is, and it's the belt. But what are you attracted to? Why are you in boxing? For me, I'm in boxing because I want the belt. My manager, Tony, he's got a different outlook on my behalf because he wants to maximise what I can get out of the sport, and he understands the business of the sport, whereas I'm a fighter. You know what I mean? I'm lucky to have pro belt in the army as well. They're going to say, hang on a minute, Jazz, you don't need to fucking fight everyone just to prove a point. You know what I mean? But I am just a fighter, and that's who I am, and that's who I'll always be, a fighter, a fighting man. So not so much the opponents. I'll say yeah to any of them now, without even, as long as they've got something that I want, which is the belts. That's what I want out of it. On me. But if you're in boxing for money, then I understand how your view can be totally different. I do understand that. You know what I mean? Or if you're in boxing because, like a lot of people are, because you want likes on Instagram and you're a blogger, then you're gonna take the least risk for the most likes, aren't you? So. Whatever you're in boxing for, I'm in boxing for the belt, so that's what I want out of it. So yeah, the belts. I'm not gonna say too much on who. I'll just say anyone who's got a belt, that's who I want.
You know what? It is actually really refreshing to hear that. And also, like you said, anyone who is in boxing and they're at a point of their career where they want to go where the most financially lucrative offer is, I get it. But hearing that from yourself is really nice because, look, you're in a position where you could go, look, I just want the biggest payday. But the fact that you're still, it could be one of the lesser known world champions. It could be anything, it could be financially less lucrative, but you just want the belt. And I think that is a refreshing outlook that the sport actually does need at the minute.
Well, I have kept in mindset. I've worked very hard, Chad. I don't go to pubs. I don't go to like events. I don't do nothing that is celebrate. I don't celebrate, Chad, because I've tried so hard to keep my mindset as pure as I can from being a kid. So the child in me wants to be world champion. You don't really understand financial situation as a child, know what I mean? So for me to be the champion who I owe that kid all the belts, that's what I want from boxing, you know what I mean?
That kid that you dreamed of being.
Yeah, young Jimmy. And now Jazza just won him his first belt, and there's many more to come. But it was like, yeah, but the finances, if that's what you're into, then I get it. I understand it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to judge anyone for that. I don't think the lesser of mine, because here's how I think. If you don't like boxing and if you don't love the sport, like I love the sport, it's harder for you. I respect you even more if you get up and go to training every day, even though you don't like it. I love it, so it's easy for me. I'm not really doing it because I just enjoy it. But if you can go to the gym, I had a friend, Kevin Satchel. I was still out. He's not dead, Kevin Satchel used to come to the gym every day, and he used to train alongside me. And he hated it. He didn't like it, you know what I mean? And I used to think, how you're doing that? I'll never understand it, you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of respect for people who are in the toughest sport in the world, and they don't even like it. It's madness.
You know what? This is literally one of the best Zoom interviews I've ever done. I just love the energy. I feel like we should have a weekly thing now, just me speaking to Jazza Dickens. You could lose every single one of your next fights, and I'd still be bringing you on to call out like Mike Tyson or someone.
Just me calling out Leigh every week.
Look, let's move on to the world of boxing as a whole. Bit of a spanner in the works. Obviously, we see Tyson Fury against Derek Chisora is looking to be made, a bit of a trilogy fight there. Me personally, I don't hate it, and I can see why the boxing public aren't the biggest fan of it. But at the end of the day, Tyson Fury's got to fight. He's got to be out by the end of the year. He wants a big name. He wants something where people are going to turn up for it. Derek Chisora is in the money stage of his career. He's just come off a good win. A weird one, in fact, that they're putting it at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Well, what looks to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, outdoor in December. I think I probably will be in that, so I'll be packing a big ski jacket for that one and some gloves. But just your thoughts on that fight?
I'm not going to say nothing bad, am I? Because Tyson crushed me head like a grape with one hand, so I'm not going to say nothing bad about him. But I think the British public love Chisora. You know what I mean? Who's not going to tune in and see a Chisora fight? I'm not upset about it. Obviously, I would have liked to see an Usyk or Joshua fight, but maybe he needs a warm-up fight, you know what I mean? That's how Tyson's seen it, you know what I mean? He's good with the media, Tyson. He's smart and he's clever, you know what I mean? He used Anthony Joshua to pump this fight, and it was clever what he done. So, I don't know, I'm a Tyson Fury fan. I think he thinks he's a great fighter. A lot of respect for him. And Chisora, he's a warrior, isn't he? He's that guy I'm talking about. He seems like, does he love it? I think he loves fighting, but I don't know.
Who
I think
knows
he's
what's
in a
going
fight.
on in Chizora's head?
Yeah, like is it financial? Is that what his thing is? So I respect him as well. I don't know. I'll watch the fight. I'll definitely watch the fight. You know what I mean? And yeah, I'm not just pleased with it. And I will watch it because if it's two flyweights and there was that difference in class, and you're both flyweights, you know what you're getting. But with the heavyweights, you don't know what you're getting. You know what I mean? So you got to tune in because Chisora's got obviously heavy hands. He's a big fella, isn't he? So maybe that anything can happen in the heavyweights, you know. So best of luck to both men, and more for British boxing. It's amazing, you know what I mean? I think British boxing is the place that it's in right now because of Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, two heavyweight world champions. It's special in it from any country, and I believe that's why we're in this position that we're in now. So I have to say thank you to the heavyweights, you know.
Just finally from me to wrap this up, obviously we saw a bit of turmoil with the whole Conor Ben situation. We're still waiting for more to come out, legal issues resolving behind closed doors. But I've got to ask you your thoughts on it all, how it's been handled, the whole process. Where do we go from here with this sort of thing?
Well, Dr. Usman Shajad is my GP, and he's been my GP for the last 3 years. You know what I mean? So bet he's the next ref to say that, did you? But
No, I did.
It's been us has been painted as a, as a bit of a monster. You know what I mean? Us is a boxing fan. That's what he is. You know what I mean? If you were a GP and you were a boxing fan, I'd take the job with you. A lot of people say now, why does a boxing need a doctor in camp? The same reason every football club has a doctor in camp. You know what I mean? The boxing board of control tell you fight week, you need to go and see your GP because you got a cut last fight and you need clearance to fight. And if you're in fight week, you've got stuff to do. You know what I mean? The last thing you want to do is go and see the GP. But Dr. Us, for me, he's accessible. You know what I mean? And in that situation, you got broken hands or you've had broken hands or anything like that. Dr. Us is great. You know what I mean? He's been painted out to be a bit of a monster. And the stuff that he was saying about this testosterone and his ways around it, he's not a stupid fella. He's not that stupid to be talking about like, this is how he's not saying I'm gonna get around it that way. I don't think that is what he's saying. I think he's exposing this is the way the undergrounds of boxing, and people haven't had that. You'll just seen who can we blame this on? And poor Dr. is getting blamed, I think. But no, Dr. is a nice fella. In my opinion, say people as I know them. I'm not on steroids. And I just think it's a mad situation. If Conor's taking drugs knowingly, then he deserves a ban. They are the rules. You know that. If you're going to take drugs and you're going to get caught, you're going to take your ban. He'll know that. I'm not putting anyone down here, but I just didn't like that fight, to be honest. Just with like the paradigm of the both parents and all that, leading into it, with the injuries they've caused fighters and both parents knowing the risk, true risk of what boxing can be. They've seen boxing at its darkest. So, like, in the end, I was glad that it was off. I weren't glad Conor's in this position if he is innocent, you know what I mean? Because that would be one hell of a situation. I've thought in the past myself, I've seen like the energy shots you can have before training. And you're tired, you have energy shots out. Sometimes thought, imagine that was like contaminated or something like that, and you got tested and you lost your license or something. It'd be heartbreaking when you love the sport so much. But if he has taken it, he needs a ban. But in the end, the weight class, the difference and all that, it was a bit of a mad one, wasn't it? I was going to watch it, so therefore I'm the one to blame as well. I have to take responsibility. Promoters have to take the responsibility for this. Everyone does. If Doctor doesn't get the blame, then at the end he's to blame as well, doesn't he? Because he's part of the same team. You know what I mean? So, I just hope that Conor hasn't done that, and Chris can move on with his career. He hasn't wasted too much time and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope everything works out for the best for all men, all parties involved.
Well, Jazza, some man, let's keep in touch, keep cracking out the interviews. No doubt I'll be on at you and hopefully making a little trip up to Liverpool, which I must say, my favourite city in the UK. So hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on and doing a great job with the interviews and all that. Keep it up, brother.
Top man, Jazza Dickens, thank you for speaking to me at Boxing Social.